Tesla just had a very bad week with a lot of bad news you need to know about. Like the all-new Model 3 Highland is delayed. Tesla might begin raising prices very soon. Yes, price increases are coming back. Tesla might be canceling one of their most popular vehicles, or maybe two. And also, their all-new vehicle platform just leaked in a big way, and the internet is on fire about it. To be honest, some weeks are good weeks, some weeks are bad weeks, and this week is a lot of bad news for Tesla owners. Let me tell you what's going on, what you need to know that's making headlines, and also talk about these major delays, cancellations, and of course, brand new Tesla leaks. And also a huge thanks to 3W Liners for sponsoring this video. Stay tuned to learn how you can win a free set of amazing floor mats for your Model 3 or Model Y. Got more info on that coming up in just a moment. First, some bad news happening with the Model S and Model X. Following some pretty significant price drops, Tesla has seen some traction in sales with those vehicles. Inventory models of the S and the X are almost completely gone. I mean, these cars are actually now selling, and delivery dates for the Model X have been pushed back from September to October through November. It looks like a small change, but honestly, this is probably the biggest spike Model S and Model X sales have gotten in months, if not years, and we know why. But while those price drops have worked, they've almost worked too well, as now Tesla is pushing back on some of the discounts and incentives they are using to get sales on those vehicles. For example, they have now slashed the referral discount in half from $1,000 down to $500 if you order an S or an X. And also they're lowering the credits you as the referrer would get from 20,000 credits down to 10,000 credits. They've also made some interesting changes in terms of pricing on some options. All the paint offerings are now free, which is great. But the yoke, which was at one point the standard model, the only thing they were going to offer on the Model S and Model X as the time of the refresh a couple of years ago, has now seen a couple of changes. Tesla said they weren't going to do anything but the yoke. Then they added the round steering wheel option. Then the round steering wheel option became the standard. And now the yoke has jumped in price from $250 quadrupling up to $1,000. And it's also worth noting that as of right now, you either have to go with the yoke at the time of purchase or not get it at all. There is a Tesla service program where you can retrofit a yoke out with a steering wheel, a regular round steering wheel in, for a couple $100, but to my knowledge, there is no way to go from a round steering wheel to a yoke. So you gotta really commit to the yoke if you want that at the beginning, because there's no way to change it afterwards as of now. And while we're on the topic of the S and the X, there is a discussion we should have in the comments down below and in this video, and that is about the future of these vehicles, because there has been some discussion and some rumors and theories that Tesla could discontinue these cars. And again, I'm not saying this is a rumor, I'm not saying Tesla's going to do this, but there has been a lot of chatter in the community about what these price drops mean, and maybe this is Tesla looking to liquidate the S and the X line as they move on to their next generation platform, which I'll get into more in a moment. And on one hand, this does make sense. The S and the X have served their purpose. They were there originally to fund the mass market vehicle that originally was going to be the Model 3, then ultimately became the Model 3 and Model Y. Times they are a-changin', and there are some interesting developments to the Tesla lineup that may change the sort of place of the S and the X. One is that prices are coming down on those vehicles, getting them way closer to the 3 and the Y. As of right now, we know that the Highland refresh for the Model 3 is out. We know that Tesla is working on a performance version that should be launching sometime soon. And there is some chatter about if this could be a plaid version that maybe could directly compete with the plaid Model S. That Tesla could bring that performance down the line to the Model 3 and ultimately the Model Y as well, and give you the performance you're looking for from the higher end vehicle in the smaller vehicle that's cheaper for them to manufacture, cheaper for you to buy, and maybe just sort of scratch the itch that some owners are looking for. Some other bad news we should talk about is a potential price increase coming to the Model Y. New reports coming out of China say that Tesla might do two interesting things as soon as next month. One would be to increase the price of the Model Y by as much as about $300-ish USD if we're looking at sort of translations of one currency to the other, and also potentially cancel a Model Y, specifically the rear-wheel drive Model Y that's being sold in the Chinese market that is made at Giga Shanghai. Now, a couple of interesting things here to note is that one, Tesla usually does actually take price adjustments they make internationally, especially in China, and then bring them over internationally, or at least here in the US. For example, Tesla cut prices on the S and the X in China first, and then brought those savings over to the United States as well. So this is not unprecedented to see a more global price increase. But in terms of the Model Y rear-wheel drive, this is a more region-based vehicle. This is not the same Model Y that's being built in the United States. Moving on from that, I've got some bad news as it pertains to the refreshed Model 3. Now, the good news here is that if you did place an order, if you're in a country that is accepting orders for the new refreshed Model 3, you should be receiving deliveries as soon as next month. October is when they should kick off. And we can see here from Giga Shanghai in China that these cars are being built in massive quantities. Giga Shanghai has now fully ramped up. They are making a ton of these new Model 3s. I believe they may be the only Tesla factory as of right now actually building these new refreshed Model 3s. And if you placed an order, you hopefully should be on track to get your delivery as soon as next month. But the bad news here is that if you're not in one of these countries, and specifically if you're in North America, if you're in the United States, Canada, Mexico, you're going to be waiting quite some time until you can get this new refreshed Model 3. Both Drive Tesla Canada and Tesla Scope confirm this vehicle is pretty severely delayed here in North America, saying that according to their sources, a launch for the Model 3 Highland wouldn't be happening until sometime in Q1 of 2024. And knowing Tesla, they're not the fastest to do things, so we could not see this refreshed Model 3 on the roads here in North America until maybe February, March, early spring of next year. Which, as I've mentioned previously, does put the current Model 3 in a bit of a weird spot, because it's sort of like going out and telling someone to buy the iPhone 14 when Apple just announced the iPhone 15, but it's not shipping yet, which is sort of exactly where we are right now in real life Apple universe. It's tough because the Model 3 is great as it is right now. It's got a lot of amazing technology. It's got a nice design. There are some really great discounts and incentives, but it's hard to go out and pay a substantial amount of money when you know the new model is out and it's coming soon with a lot of big features and upgrades. Now, whether you decide to pick up a new Model 3 or Model Y, or if you've got a Model 3 or Model Y right now, there is one accessory you need to get on day one of owning your Tesla. If you have a Tesla right now, you need to get this today. It's something you're gonna notice every time you're inside of your car, and that is a good set of floor liners perfectly designed for your Tesla. They're made by 3W Liners, who is not only kindly sponsoring this video, but also is giving away a free set to you guys, again, totally for free. Honestly, any good product starts with packaging, and while most of the mats I've tested come in old beat up cardboard boxes, that's not the case with 3W Liners. They were perfectly packaged safely in this box that even includes a handle. And there's something about the attention to detail when you order something and you receive it and it's so nicely packaged that doesn't go unnoticed. And opening things up is where things get even better. My set here for the Model Y not only looks fantastic, but is going to cover all of the most important areas inside of my Tesla, giving them much needed protection. Not only is it going to protect the driver's side and the passenger side and the back, but also the frunk, the trunk, the entire back, even the back seats and the sub trunk. This set from 3W Liners is going to give your Tesla fantastic protection and coverage in all parts of your car, and also look really good doing so. These are all-season liners that have a premium and durable design that are custom designed to perfectly fit inside of your Tesla, offering edge-to-edge coverage, and with built-in TPE material, you're getting added strength, durability, and resiliency. Also, if you do a lot of off-roading or you have small children like I do, I really appreciate that these mats are super easy to clean. You can vacuum them easily or just sort of wash them with some water, wipe them down, and you're gonna be good to go. This is all amazing, and I've got some even more good news to share with you guys as well. If you want to learn more about 3W Liners and pick up a set for your 3 or Y today, which you definitely should, hit the link down below because 3W Liners is giving you guys, my viewers, 20% off. It's 20% off. It's a really great deal. And also they're giving you guys the chance to win a set for free by entering a giveaway, which you can do right now. All you've got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and then just subscribe to 3W Liners on YouTube. I'll put the link down below, and also follow them on Instagram. Their link will be down below as well for that. And if you want to see it, it is 3WLiners_official. All you got to do is those couple of simple things, and you could be entered to win a set for your 3 or Y totally for free. Go ahead and do all that. We'll let the giveaway run for 2 to 3 weeks, and then we'll pick someone who could win a set totally for free. Hit the link down below to learn more and check it out for yourself today. Now, if I'm going to read the tea leaves a bit on this and connect some dots in the rumor mill, I do wonder how this may actually align with a refresh coming to the Model Y, and maybe Tesla could be doing this so they could debut the new Model 3 and Model Y at the same time here in North America. Now, to clarify things, we know the Model Y is getting a huge refresh. It's called Project Juniper internally. It's going to look very similar to the refreshed Highland Model 3 with a new front and back, a new interior. But that would not be coming, according to Reuters, until the end of 2024, though there have been some new rumors, at least some discussion in the Tesla analyst universe, that maybe a stopgap update could be coming sooner that would bring some of the new refreshed goodies and some of the nice creature comforts, but not everything, much sooner to market than the bigger refresh coming at the end of next year. And I wonder if this is something that Tesla could do with only making minor tweaks to the production line over the next few months. So maybe by the time that Highland was here in the United States and the broader North America area, that the Model Y would also come with a refresh as well, because that's one of the issues is that, you've got this brand spanking new Model 3 that looks different on the inside and the outside, makes the Model Y look very old. But if you could get a Model Y that did have some of the newer stuff, that would at least be better than nothing and may keep the Model Y more current and competitive than what it could be compared to the new Model 3. We're also learning a bit more on some new Model 3 Highland features, including a new little tidbit here on blind spot indicators. We had seen a little menu item that suggested that maybe there'd be some RGB lighting that would contribute to blind spot indicators, and that's sort of the case. Basically, Tesla has now built in a special blind spot light sort of in the speaker grill on the left by the driver's side door. So if you do happen to merge into a lane and there's someone in your blind spot, that light is going to light up, letting you know that someone's in your blind spot and you shouldn't continue to make that move. Really cool to see. All right, let's switch gears from the bad news and get into some of the good news here in this video for a moment. If you're a big road tripper and a Hilton hotel connoisseur, I've got some good news for you, as Tesla and Hilton announced that they are working together to bring something like 20,000 chargers to Hilton hotels in North America starting next year. And Tesla also posted a new family photo of their new current vehicle lineup. And we can see here on the back of a Tesla Semi, we've got the X, the S, the 3, the Y, and the Cybertruck. All right, next I've got some really juicy news you need to know about. Some of the biggest news happening in the Tesla world over the last week or so. It's some good news and some bad news that you really need to know. It's very interesting, and that is some new info that gives us a glimpse at what is coming next from Tesla, 2 new vehicles with their new next-generation vehicle platform. Essentially, this new info shows that Tesla is drastically shifting its original plans for its next-generation vehicle and basically delaying those original plans, if not basically canceling some of those plans and some of those original vehicles altogether, and also kind of accidentally leaking their next vehicle. At a Tesla event a few months ago, the company announced that they would be building a new factory in Mexico called Giga Mexico, and it would be sort of the initial home of their next generation vehicle platform, and their new lower cost offerings would be built, at least in the beginning, exclusively in Mexico. But now that plan has changed. We're learning now, essentially, that Tesla has realized that their top talent is at their Giga Texas HQ in Texas, and convincing a large number of their best and brightest engineers and employees to move to Mexico just seemed like it wasn't going to happen, and they just didn't want to move to another country. So instead of bringing the employees to the factory, they were going to basically bring the factory to the employees, and have now shifted their next generation vehicle building process, the factory in which it's going to happen, from Mexico to Texas. So now Tesla's next vehicles, at least their next 2 vehicles, will be built at Giga Texas in Austin. Not only is that going to be a drastic change, but we're also learning a bit more about what these vehicles are going to be. We're learning from this excerpt and even from an image that these vehicles are going to have a Cybertruck vibe to them that are going to look extremely futuristic and probably just as polarizing as the Cybertruck. Interestingly enough, we got a small little image here, maybe a quick video in a CBS Sunday Morning piece that aired a couple of days ago that appears to show us what could be the next generation vehicle. Now, this could be an early prototype, this could be something else entirely different, but it does sort of have that very sharp-lined, aggressive Cybertruck design that appears to show us a small, what could be a low-cost vehicle with just maybe 2 or 3 seats inside. And to clarify, we're learning that Tesla is building 2 vehicles off this platform. One is going to be the much more affordable mass market $25,000 Model 2 is the rumor. All we know right now is it's going to be probably smaller and slower than the Model 3. And also off, again, the exact same platform and probably the exact same design, Tesla will be building their fully autonomous robotaxi with this design that likely will not have any pedals, no steering wheel, no nothing, just a screen for your entertainment and seats to sit down as the car is going to fully drive you on its own. According to the excerpt from the book, Elon is dead set on the robo-taxi concept. He wants to push forward aggressively. This is what he wants to do. But in terms of general discussions within Tesla, they've decided that in order to generate the capital needed for this and to sort of give Tesla a nice cash infusion, they've got to do something first that's a little bit more affordable and appealing to the general audience around the world. And that's going to be the smaller, more affordable $25,000 Model 2. All right, everybody. So I'm curious, what are your thoughts on the Tesla news of the week? Your thoughts on the discounts, your thoughts on price changes, your thoughts on this Model 2. Do you like the idea? Do you not like the idea? What would you want to see in this smaller, cheaper Tesla? Let me know down below. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for your support. You're the best. I appreciate it. I'm Robert Rosenfeld. Don't forget about the giveaway too down below. Check that out, and I'll see you all in the next one.